Many owning homes by Port St. Lucie Properties had to pay off tens of thousands in liens just to avoid foreclosure. Well, the arrest of company owner Mark Montalto offers a measure of justice, but the pain of their financial loss still lingers. David Alvarado moved into his new home this fall.
Love it. Love it.
But it came at a price.
Heavy price.
A heavy price because in 2023, Alvarado says Port St. Lucie Properties and its owner Mark Montalto stopped work. All he had was this empty lot. A landscaping company claimed Montalto failed to pay for clearing the lot. It placed a $19,000 lien on the property. Alvarado had to pay off the lien or risk losing his property to foreclosure.
It's been traumatic, to say the least.
David Alvarado estimates the cost of paying off liens, getting a new builder to finish the house, legal fees, and renting a house for his family until he could move in cost him $150,000. He now struggles to pay monthly bills.
It's gut-wrenching. It's just, I know people will know what I'm referring to when you just feel that in your pit in your stomach and it's just hollow.
Alvarado took his case to court in St. Lucie County. When I dug through county court records, I found Alvarado was one of 19 suing Mark Montalto. In 10 cases, including David Alvarado's, a judge awarded property owners a total of more than $1 million. In 6 other cases, court records show a judge declared bankruptcy suggestion. That means they should file a claim against Montalto in federal bankruptcy court, as Montalto filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy last month. 3 other cases, including Dorothy Calixte's, are still active.
Yeah, we're struggling.
Struggling because Calixte and her husband had to pay off $90,000 in liens or risk losing their house. And then she had to get a new mortgage at a higher interest rate after hiring another builder to finish the job.
After the situation happened, I have to get 2 jobs. You shouldn't have to live like that and don't even have time to enjoy a dream home that you wanted.
Alex S. thought his dream home would be built by Port St. Lucie Properties when he signed a contract with Montalto in 2023.
Mark never finished the job.
Soon, Hess and his newlywed wife learned 3 subcontractors placed almost $55,000 worth of liens on their new house. He, too, had to get another builder.
I put my wife and I in a difficult position to try and afford to double pay for everything that was already completed.
The arrest of the 61-year-old Montalto means he potentially faces more than 100 years in prison if convicted.
But to maliciously hurt so many families, financially, psychologically, down the line, it's pretty tough.
Oh, thank God. That's all I ask for. Listen, at this point, I need justice. That's all I ask for, justice.
Dorothy Calixte admits justice won't come easy. Port St. Lucie Properties is no longer in business. I dug into Mark Montalto's bankruptcy filing. I found Montalto claims he has $656 in assets and more than $8 million in debts. That's why David Alvarado is not celebrating Montalto's arrest.
He basically doesn't have anything to go after now.
You went to court, you were awarded $100,000. How much are you going to get?
Nothing.
Mark Montalto has not commented since we first reported the story in 2023. His attorney has not returned our calls. Those homeowners hope to get some of their money back through the Florida Real Estate Recovery Fund. It awards home buyers victimized by a builder's fraud or negligence. But the maximum award is $50,000. And most people who claim to be victims of Montalto and Port St. Lucie Properties say they've lost a lot more than that.